What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dave Allen. Get this. Dave Allen calls out Luis Ortiz for rematch. The initial clash in 2016 ending with Ortiz claiming victory, but Allen is keen on rewriting history and seeking redemption. With his potential fight against TKV now appearing doubtful, Allen has shifted his focus to Ortiz, who is also preparing for a bout next month, though his opponent remains unnamed. This scenario sets the stage for this rematch that could captivate audiences. And let me counterpunch. I have no reason why they shouldn't fight, and Luis Ortiz, to me, seems to be begging for fights every time you look around. He's always training. I follow him on IG, like other fighters. And he's always training. He's a gym rat. And he, called out everyone in the heavyweight division not too long ago that said that they were scared and they should fight him. Well, you got Dave Allen right here that wants redemption. He wants revenge. He wants a rematch. A la revancha. That's what he wants. So I say give it to him. And if that fight doesn't happen and you don't see Luis Ortiz fight anybody else of note, that tells you that Luis Ortiz will always be plagued by his management. Okay? There is no reason that Luis Ortiz keeps getting stiffed, but I don't see that happening. I see that's an easy access fight to be made because Dave Allen is a guy that's coming back into his career, and Luis Ortiz is just trying to get another fight because he's trying to pay medical bills for his family and other things that he needs to pay for, so he needs to keep fighting. I know his last fight from, I think it was in Colombia, I believe. It was something that he did because he needed to, he needed a fight. So Dave Allen calling him out, a fighter that he's already fought, I can see that easily happening. I don't think there's any objections for that whatsoever. Al Heyman is, kind of under the radar, and he's not where he once upon a time was. So, those guys are looking for fights. Him, Frank Sanchez, a lot of those guys over at the PBC, they need the action. And PBC doesn't have the money or the resources to keep them there. They have to get them fights. And then you hear Dave Allen over in the UK, big up England, big up. You have those guys they're calling you out. So that's a fight that's right there on the platter. Now, can Dave Allen beat Ortiz at this point? Yeah, he can. He can beat Ortiz at this point. Why? Because Ortiz's punch resistance is gone. We've learned that a few years ago. We've seen him get dropped by a jab from Charles Martin. Now, I'm not calling Charles Martin a person that can't punch because he's a big dude. He walks this earth like a god. But, the way he fought Andy Ruiz told it all. And I think him fighting guys like that, because he was dropped twice against Charles Martin. And he was dropped 3 times against Andy Ruiz, but he didn't give up. So that being said, you got someone like Dave Allen fighting someone like Ortiz now. He's older. He's a lot older. His punch resistance is gone. And I see that's a pretty winnable fight for Dave Allen. And it's a smart fight, too, because you got a guy that's hungry, that's willing, that's ready, that's eager to fight like Luis Ortiz versus a guy that just stopped one of his buddies that was undefeated, Johnny Fisher. So he's back on the radar with what he's done. He's like the white Derek Chisora over there, right? So, why not get that fight? Why not have that fight? And one thing we know about Dave Allen is he can crack. So if he does land one of those shots, he can make it happen by putting Luis Ortiz down or out, fulfilling that revenge status. So you guys tell me what you think about Dave Allen calling out Luis King Kong Ortiz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.